What's up, y'all? I'm live, so we gotta wait for people to come in here. I was supposed to come back. What was that yesterday? But the kid wouldn't let me, so but she just went to sleep for a minute. We went on a nice brisk walk in our 80-degree weather. So she tired, and she should let me talk for a minute because she's taking her nap. So let's see if we can get a little convo in. 7 people in the chat. Hey, you all. Okay, so I mean, what the hell? It's all a damn big show. Okay, it's a big show. Um, do not, under no circumstances, allow these people to make you think that you're supposed to be more concerned with China than you are with the Zionists. Oh, I wouldn't give a damn how many Chinese hands you see with their hand in the hot damn cookie jar. This got small hat written all fucking over it. Okay. As for them whistleblowers who have come up missing. You keep in mind, you ain't in China watching Chinese TV and Chinese propaganda. Why they call it Chinese propaganda? Well, what is American propaganda, and when we gonna talk about that? And all these whistleblowers that you don't even know if they didn't whistle anything in China, because you just know what you're being told in the United States. The whistleblowers have disappeared, baby. The whistleblowers disappeared because them is crisis actors. And crisis actors always disappear. Okay. Well, they made it in the lab and then it got out the lab. Now, let's talk about how a virus can get out of a lab. I got some monopoly stimulus money for who could provide us with the best example as to how you can get a pneumonia-like virus out of a lab. Let's just discuss that because we got a couple people that still don't believe that you are watching a Walt Disney production. Yeah, I said small hat. We know it's them. I'm taking my braids out, y'all. Hey, Kashar, I saw you added to the Patreon. I'm gonna put them lives that we just did that I took down. I'm gonna put them up there. Hey, Rest of Spirit. Yeah, I'm in Nevada. Let me not even sit here and play like I'm trudging through the snow and in the dark. Okay, my windows is open. It's beautiful. Me and the baby went play catch outside. No, I did not have no mask. Some people got masks on their children's. Um, I have not put no damn mask on her. Not that she would leave it on her face. If I did put it on her, she just gonna take it off anyway. The coffees, hey, getting right to the root of it all. That's what I'm talking about. Robert Townsend, what's up? They made a lab where they were testing it on bats. If it gets to the point where I have to change and valid people without gloves, I'm quitting. it, we need gloves anyway. All these people they be letting in here with Lord knows what on a regular basis. Don't nobody need to make a new flu. What's up, Robert Townsend? Okay, so now Robert said they made it in labs where they were testing it on bats. Now, how would a bat from a lab infect a person in the market? You mean to tell me that you experiment on right on mice and rats and bats, and then you what? What do you do with them after that? You sell them to the food market. And keep, like I said before, the Chinese people are a very health conscious people. This is old ass news. And you all see, let me tell you something. A lot of you people trying to deprogram your friends and family members who are just now even recognizing that Bill Gates is not a good person or that there may be something nefarious going on. Y'all gonna lose your mind trying to brainwash those people. It is too late. It is too late to unbrainwash them. And why I'm telling you it's too late is because you see the stress you are going through just trying to educate them. Well, it takes a whole lot of tenacity to stand out and be different and go against the grain and to hold your square when you know something don't pass the smell test. You know how difficult that is. You know how many of you, we were just talking about this earlier, don't even want your family to know that you've decided not to vaccinate your children because they're so ignorant about the subject, right? So even if you were to wake these people up with information, they do not have the balls and the courage yet to stand on that information. So at this point, ignorance is bliss, and you may as well just not even waste your fucking time. And I'm sure you love them and you want to save them and all of that, but like the Bible say, my people perish for lack of knowledge. This ain't nothing new. You can lead the horse to the water, but you can't make them think. Now let's go back to what we all know is common sense, and let's not make up stuff. Okay? What would a science lab do with viruses, with animals that they have tested things on? Would they sell them for human consumption? It flew away. So we know, J Day, we know damn well that the bat ain't fly away out no lab. We know that in order for you to test it, you had to have it somewhere enclosed and you didn't sell it and it didn't get out. Okay? So now, let's just say it did fly away. It is damn near mathematically impossible that that bat, all sickly, will fly away and be caught and eaten. That is highly improbable. It's not impossible, but it is highly improbable. And you know what? I didn't respect probability until I took statistics. When you take statistics class, you will respect probability. You will appreciate when you play dice and you roll the dice that you need, you will respect and appreciate those wins more when you understand probability. It is so improbable that you will get your desired result. That is what keeps Las Vegas moving. And don't let me forget to talk about Las Vegas. That's what keeps Las Vegas moving. Huh? Is probability. And the odds are not in your favor. All right? So, us injecting a bat and releasing it out into the air when obviously all of this was planned. The event, the quarantine and everything, we know the CDC was hiring a quarantine specialist back in November. So, we leave our evil master plan up to jet five bats team. Let's just go ahead and make it 20. You put out 20 infected bats with wings. What is the probability that they are going to end up in the Wuhan marketplace? It's still very low. Why? Because we know the bats is getting the hell up out of Dodge, away from you people. So even if that did, I mean, just come on. This long story short, we could just stop playing. That didn't happen. So the only way a bioweapon. Now, if you take a vial of this infected, if you take a vial of tissues infected with a virus, and you open up the jar with the virus in it. You stand outside and open the jar, throw it outside. I mean, are people gonna get it? No, more than likely. Like they just got through telling you how Lysol kill it and the sun kill it, and if it's outside on a certain amount of time to kill it, and certain surfaces don't, and this blah 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 blah. Okay, so just wrap your mind around why I don't. But listen, ladies and gentlemen, okay. Only way to get a fucking virus out of a laboratory and infect other people with it that is intended to harm humans is for a human person who is infected with the virus to walk outside and start coughing and sneezing on people. Period. So now, since we know we need a human host in order for our evil diabolical plan, that is the only thing that's going to ensure that this shit even works in a timely fashion. Okay. Please. Even if we infected bats and killed them and sold them in the market, you still got to sit there and wait on somebody to maybe pick that particular bat and eat it. Mm-mm. That's leaving too much up to chance. And this is something that has been planned out for years. Okay. So you have to have a human host. Now, how are we going to get a human host? If this something that is accidentally it's an accident. And you supposedly only testing it on bats, which is your first, second, third, and 20th lie. I can't do nothing about you people that believe what they tell you. But if you just think about it a little bit, okay? Number one, if they're trying to test some viruses so that they can create viruses and create vaccines, they're testing that shit on people. And that's going to be your big secret. Now, if these people who worked in the lab that want to come out and they want to try to whistleblower or whatever the case it is, in order for any of that to be true, then those people would have deliberately injected themselves with a virus, doing an unauthorized, inhumane test wherever. Whether that had been the United States of America, whether that had been in China, you ain't supposed to be testing stuff on human beings without permission. I know you don't expect me to believe that the scientists with the hazmat shit on in the lab is where you got your virus from. You didn't think that, did you? When they keep telling you the virus is getting out, you don't think that yeah, and I worked on the virus, and that's how I know. That's how I know you a motherfucking lie. Cause you're not in there handling viruses with your bare hands. You have on a whole hazmat suit. People got on stuff, all type of equipment and hazmat stuff just to change the tampon dispensaries in the bathroom. If you want me to think that you people are in there playing with viruses with your bare hands or some little latex gloves, I don't believe you. I know you're not. I don't need to see your study. I don't need to walk in your lab. I know damn well you ain't playing with viruses unprotected. Therefore, none of you were infected. But let's just say that you were. Let's just say. Let's just say that y'all either deliberately infected some people with a virus or you yourselves testing it on yourselves because you couldn't get it approved to test on humans. If you walk right directly outside your doors, would that become ground zero for where the virus would take off? Because we have already established by now, people, that this shit didn't come from bats. Did we make that case already? I think I made my point. Along with the other information out there. They were okay. We passed that bat shit. It's bat crazy, is what it is. It's a joke. Now, if I have a virus that, according to these people, right, is airborne once somebody is coughing and sneezing. But oh, but wait, because they also said that you won't even have no symptoms when you first contract it. You will be asymptomatic for maybe even a couple weeks. And just because you ain't coughing and sneezing don't mean you ain't got it. Remember, that's what they said. This is how you break down the lies. A lot of y'all waste energy trying to come up with. You ain't got to come up with a new theory. All you need to just do is know when you being lied to. It don't really matter what the hell going on. What really matters is what they talking about is a lie. So now, hypothetically, now one of your scientists who was in there working with these highly infectious diseases with no protective gear on at all has contracted this deadly virus that don't have no symptoms. Okay, they walk outside and the epicenter of the virus is 5 minutes from where they work at. Well, how is that possible when they don't even have any symptoms? You can't pat now. This is this is the HIV lie that I knew that it was. That's how I told you that you was being lied to a month ago. Okay. So you mean to tell me that you're not coughing and you're not sneezing? I don't know what the weather is like in China. I've never been there. Okay. But December, when they claimed that this shit broke out, it was winter for everybody, right? Okay, so it's winter time. You already covered up. Chinese people good for having a mask on any freaking way. These are also people who we know have strong immune systems. I don't care how many times these white people get on TV tell you what the fuck they want to tell you. We know that when we got something we can't figure out how to cure it, that we ask the Asians. We know that we ask the people who have been civilized the longest on this planet about. Come on, y'all. So now, so now, and I'm not defending the Chinese. They're ridiculous. Don't get me wrong. They are ridiculous. But I know when they are being used as puppets. And I know who the puppet master is. That damn small hat. Now watch. Now just watch this. So you go out with no symptoms in the epicenter. No, the epicenter would be your house. Because you ain't coughing and sneezing on people, and even if you was coughing and sneezing, your face is covered up and so is theirs because it's cold as all hell outside. So the epicenter of the Wuhan virus should be the apartment complex, at least you would have to show if they were telling you the truth, then the scientists, because I know you weren't testing it on humans, the homeless people or whoever that you had no business testing it on, which you probably did. But according to them, since the doctors is dying from it, that was working on the virus, since the whistleblowers and the doctors that was working with the virus is dying, then we have to assume that they are the people who started passing the shit around in the first place. And how did you do that in the middle of winter? You would have been passing it around at your house with the people you live with. People who was drinking and eating after you and sharing the bathroom and the kitchen with your ass. Not people you was just casually passing by on the street in Wuhan. Okay? That Wu I don't quite frankly, the mere fact that they even call it Wuhan the epicenter of the shit is bullshit. Okay? Every virus statistic that you have seen, every single number that you have seen is a fictional number that has been pulled out of the crack of somebody's ass. Now, keep in mind the CDC who creates the vaccines to tell everybody to go get flu vaccines in the middle of the flu season when everybody was running out to get flu vaccines, that all of this is happening on top of that. Okay. And as soon as they started talking about a virus, the next thing they did was told everybody to go get vaccinated. So we know that a lot of these vaccinations have live viruses in there. They like to surprise y'all. So what they do is they put out different batches with different stuff in there, and then it's kind of like the Cracker Jack box, like how some of them got a ring in them, and some of them got a little funky cheap ass sticker. So when you get a flu vaccine, you playing Russian roulette. You don't know if you getting the vaccine with the cheap funky sticker in it or the one that got the little fake ruby ring in it. But if you get the one with the ruby ring, which is in this case uh, a flu or pneumonia like flu or whatever, some live shit, because they just keep telling you it's a flu vaccine. They also told you there were multiple strands of the flu vaccine, didn't they? And didn't they tell you that even after you get vaccinated for a few strands of the flu vaccine, you can still get other flus? They already told you that. So basically, they're calling everything the flu when it's multiple illnesses out here. This is why I'm trying to tell you they did not have to release no fucking virus on you people because they already have brainwashed you. Why would I personally? I'm not saying that they have not, but it just seems to me like a complete waste of a bioweapon to drop it on a bunch of fucking hypochondriacs. But whatever. The behavior of these people, they know y'all pretty well because they are the ones who socially engineered you. So they know better than me that y'all are hypochondriacs, and that is a complete waste of a fucking bioweapon on people who are non threatening to you. The only threat to this would be common sense, which ain't even common around here. So, I mean, I'm just saying, I'm just saying it's a waste of money. Any way you look at it, any way this virus story tilts with this COVID-19, any way you look at it, it ain't passing the smell test. Now, when you get a vaccine that has a live virus in it, when you get a vaccine with a live virus in it, then you shed for a whole week. That's why I told y'all go to the truth about vaccines and watch the experts and everybody break it down to you how these vaccines work, what's in them, and how you shed. Basically, you become contagious. Even if you develop immunity to what you were given, you still become contagious to the people around you. This is why I'm sorry, you guys. Hate to be the bearer of bad news. I have been polling people since the beginning of this thing, saying, "Do you know anybody with coronavirus?" And everybody who has told me yes goes on to tell me about their relative who was a healthcare worker who went home and gave this shit to everybody else. And what I know for a fact is that the healthcare workers are being forced to be what? Vaccinated. And only are they able to control what's in the vaccines, but they're controlling who is in the vaccine. And if it's something different in every vial, they could just take it the extra step and give black people the one that got the ruby ring in it. And let me tell you what I know about black folks. Black people love the doctor, and black people believe the white coat. Now, once upon a time, the old black folks would tell you to stay away from that white coat. Stay away from the doctors. They don't do nothing but lie. Stay away from them. Take your chances with nature. Eat right. Pray to God. Your chances on this earth is gonna be much better than going up to that doctor and believing a damn thing come out their mouth because they lie. But times have changed. Okay, and them old people are gone. The boomer generation is the generation of hypochondriacs. And I'm just saying, I watched my older aunts and uncles run to the hospital every time somebody told them they had something wrong with them. These people would go to the hospital and say that they had those exact same symptoms, trying to either get some medication or get some money out of something or get off of work. I have seen that happen very, 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 very often. Very often. Okay? So, like I said, they socially engineered you and they know what to do with your ass. So now the vaccines, as soon as this shit hit, not only did y'all already vaccinate the healthcare workers, then you got on TV and told everybody, blah, 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 coronavirus, go run out right now and get you a flu vaccination. That's what started the whole vaccine conversation and how Bill Gates and everybody even got exposed. When they slipped up and told everybody to go get a flu vaccination for something that wasn't included in the vaccination. What is the flu vaccination going to do to stop you from COVID? People wanted to know. But see, at this point, if you made it to 2020 and you don't know not to get a vaccination, that's why I'm telling you, it's already over. It's too late for you. I don't know what to tell your ass. I ain't got time to sit down. I ain't going to sit here and argue with you. I am not going to argue with you. That means the fluoride, the high fructose corn syrup and shit is too strong for your system, and you didn't make it. About to sit here and argue with you. You didn't make it. Your pineal gland has been calcified, and everything I'm saying to you don't make no damn sense because you're done. About to sit here and argue and waste no goddamn time, energy trying to convince these people. They done. You got people that know something is wrong that's trying to seek the truth. That's what I got time for. People who are looking for the truth. Got no time for people who run out here and believe everything they see on damn television. If you don't know that they lying to your ass on CNN, with everything they have told you is a lie about everything. They are never telling you the truth. That did not change in November, December, January, February. It has not changed. Now I told y'all we was going back to work in May. Didn't Kiki tell you that? Didn't I tell you that? Didn't I tell you this shit was gonna be up and running before summer? Didn't I tell you that? But these people came on here telling you this could be going on 18 months. Yeah, in New York, maybe, where you have a governor who is very, very invested. And if you watch any of those doom and gloom movies, New York is the first city to go. I was watching something one time where they whatever the plague or the monster or the aliens or whatever what the aliens I think it was the aliens blew up Japan, and then the next city the aliens went and hit New York City next time. I said, so why would the aliens go all the way around to New York City? New York City is always first in every post-apocalyptic movie. Why is that? Who runs New York City? Same small hats that's doing the goddamn predictive programming. So the New York City already knew the first to go if anything pop off. So it's so easy to convince them that they are the epicenter of some shit. And the very first reported case on this United States of America came out of a fucking synagogue in New York City. So don't come over here defending them. I done told y'all conservative white people a long time ago. If y'all don't let that Judeo-Christian shit go, then stop looking around figuring out why you ain't got no country. They got everybody, including Trump. They've got everybody by the balls. They got everybody by the balls. So, shit, just like in all of my movies, you need some protection? No. You need some money? No. You, I don't need nothing. The next thing you know, they're coming in your store, kicking your ass. And then they come back and say, we wasn't asking. You think you're gonna run this country and y'all gonna have a booming economy and you don't need to be in debt and you don't need to come beg and ask us for some more fucking money? Huh? These people are begging. I told them it was a hoax. They begging to stay inside because we run these motherfuckers, Trump, and we done told you that shit, not you. I just watched a compelling video where the man took all the time to explain us how all the Jews that they gave Trump money and how they control him and all the Jews that they gave Hillary money. You telling me about somebody getting a bank loan from a Jew is like, what else is new? What else is new? I see Jared Kushner scamming ass married to this man's daughter. I'm no fool. Mr. I'm the king of the Jews. And that's gonna be yo, Trump, you gonna have to live with that shit. You gonna have to live with it. You are gonna have to live with your decisions. But my main concern is this country that I particularly live in. Now, going back to this virus, okay? If anything is being spread airborne easily, everybody you was in contact with, everybody, even if y'all was at the same job, but you ain't kiss them and ain't touch them and ain't ate behind them, but you might still have it. That only way that's happening is from shedding, baby. And shedding comes from vaccines. Now, there is no coronavirus test because, like we were talking about isolating the virus, I have continued to look for it and I have studied some very reliable sources. Some of them I have shared with you here on this channel. There is no isolation of the virus. There is none, just like HIV. Now, let's go on. That's why I went through the whole thing to tell you how could the shit get out of lab and then cause this kind of damage because it didn't. If there was a plague let out of a lab and all you had to do was come within feet of somebody and the next thing you know you wasn't going to be able to never breathe again, believe you me, you would know about it without needing the mainstream media to pull your coattails on it, and them hospitals wouldn't be empty. The math doesn't line up. Now, they use computers and simulations and everything to, because you have to keep in mind all these people really care about is money ultimately anyway. Their goal is not depopulation, their goal is money. Okay, depopulation might be the goal of certain entities, but then they have to hire somebody else to help them to do it, and those people are just trying to get paid. Bill Gates only interested in getting paid. Bill Gates is a crook who will tell these motherfuckers whatever they want to hear. Like I said, if he wanted to start with population control, he could start with his damn self, and we won't miss him. He is not trying to control the population. He is trying to make money, and he will tell these organizations whatever the freak they want to hear. He will pull out a chart out of the crack of his ass and tell them what they want to hear. Now, we had people come up to my job one time just to give personality tests to agents so you could be a better salesman or whatever, right? They paid them people $100,000 to come give us a damn quiz that we could have took for free on the internet, mind you, and do some exercises. They might have been there for I think like 4 days, something like that. $100,000 for two people to do administer a personality test and have you grade your own shit and do some silly ass exercises. Imagine what they paid Bill Gates to do the simulation in November. He ain't paid for that. They paid for it. And then at the end, he said, "I can't. Well, this the best I could do with the computer. We need more realistic simulation because a more realistic simulation is gonna cost you more money." But now let's talk about this simulation, and let's go back to probability and statistics again. In a computer can only guess, baby. That's why they want you microchipped because the computer can only guess. So now, if I let out a virus from my um I let out a virus from the lab in Wuhan, right? And obviously, I have a human person has to be infected and go walking down the street into the meat market, coughing and sneezing on people because that is the only way to get them infected. These is based on their facts of how this thing operates. Okay, you got to go through all of that. Well, now here's the other thing. You guys just told me that old people are the most susceptible, that young people ain't even getting sick at all, that they may barely even show symptoms. And the stronger your immune system is, the easier it is for you to fight it off, etc., etc., etc. And passing this on is predicated on you sneezing and breathing and coughing on people, right? Okay, so Pete, and keep in mind it's winter time and everybody covered up. Okay, but boom. So out of those people that you came in contact with, the computer is going to say, well, this person, if they cough within and spray up to 6 feet, and they are surrounded by X amount of people, and those X amount of people get it, then those X amount of people gonna go home, and those X amount of people gonna spread it to their homes, and those people gonna go to school, and those people gonna get sick. That is the crackhead math that these people used, and this is the reason why they were able to use the word pandemic and shut down the country and all this type of shit based on those numbers. Here's what the computer can't tell you. The computer can't tell you out of those 20 people you came in contact with, how many of them have compromised immune systems? How many of them are children? How many of them are teenagers? How many of them are vegans? How many of them are health experts and have a wonderful immune system? Like we know that a majority of the Chinese people do, seeing as though they live longer than everybody. Do you know any fat Chinese people? Fat Chinese people are such an anomaly that they call them sumo. What they have is that sumo? Or is that Japanese with the fat? I don't know no fat Japanese people. Only fat Asian people I have ever seen in my life is walking around here in America. They got fat off cheeseburgers and French fries. That is not a fat country. This the fat ass country. So, quite frankly, the likelihood, it's more likely that if you were running around coughing and sneezing in Wuhan, you are more than likely going to cough on more healthy people than you are sick people. And those people are not going to have any symptoms. And they're not going to go home and cough all over their family and sneeze because they're not coughing and sneezing at all. Because they wasn't in the Wuhan market eating bats. They was down there getting some vegetables and spices and herbs and whatever else it is that Chinese people do to stay to live so long and be so damn healthy. Okay. So the simulation cannot predict. They can even say, well, this percentage of the population is this age, and usually this amount of people shows up, but it's projection. And somebody like Bill Gates, who is trying to create a pandemic to make more money for the rest of his services, is going to cook the books anyway. He cooked the books during the simulation, reason why they even attempted to pull this stupid shit off. This got boomer written all over it. It's too dumb. Shit too dumb. It's too dumb, bro. It's too dumb. It's seeing as though I have seen several of y'all simulations. Now that 9/11, that's when y'all was still young and fresh. That's when y'all was still young, but you didn't got rusty. And it wasn't no YouTube. YouTube wasn't really around yet. 2001 wasn't on YouTube yet. Wasn't on social media and all that type of stuff. That came later on. And as soon as we could communicate with each other, yo, please, it was over. It was over with. Everybody pretty much knows now that y'all never told us the truth about what was going on 9/11, right? Okay, so I done seen enough of these simulations, Sandy Hook and all of this, and what was that, Charlottesville or whatever, wherever that was, they supposedly killed all them black people in the church and all that bullshit. Let me tell you something. I didn't watch enough of these simulations and seen enough crisis actors to know when I'm watching another damn simulation. The news all come on TV and say the same shit. Dr. Fauci out here with this horrible record and horrible reputation, and nobody's covering it. The all of America wants to know about forced vaccinations. No mainstream news is covering it, but y'all got time to come on here and discuss whether or not Q and is real, or whether or not this deep state operation thing is a cover up and a conspiracy. Yeah, if you think you can make people look crazy, you will talk about it. But that's the least of my concerns. Why am I still hearing about Bill Gates? Why is he not even arrested? Let's talk about that on the damn news. You don't want to do that because these people own you when y'all all in bed together. So cut the crap. Cut it. Now, like I said, everything was finna up and back up. End of May, right before summertime. People got money to make. Okay. Now the mayor of Las Vegas been ready to open. She ain't here for none of this bullshit. She's like, all right, we got 60% unemployment right now. I'm more worried about these people dying of hunger and poverty than I am a virus. Well, it's highly contagious, ma'am. I don't care. People go outside and get hit by a car every day. It's the risk you take. That's what she basically said, right? But the Democrat governor, Sislyak, is like, Nevada gonna open. And I say Nevada gonna open. And I say Nevada. Now, I don't give a shit personally whether they open it or close it. I personally, with with all that being said, I have no problem with the quarantine. I ain't lost no sleep. Nothing in my life has changed except for my husband working from home. And people need to go back to work and all of that. But I'm talking about the aspects of social distancing and people not breathing on each other, everybody washing and sanitizing their hands and covering up their mouth when they cough. I appreciate all of that anyway. Some of that need to stay. Some of that need to say. Certain cultures, people don't teach the kids or each other. I don't know. They don't. Certain people don't cough their hands because of their hand. Motherfucker, when they cough, I ain't gonna say names, but we all know who they are, and it's a few of y'all, and we know who you are, and y'all don't never cover your damn mouth. And when we walk into your stores and your businesses, it smell like mucus. It smell like cough and gym socks when we walk in some of these businesses. You know, you can smell the germs. You can smell when somebody's sick, got a cold. You know that mucus smell I'm talking about. And you go in some of these stores, these immigrants stores be smelling like mucus and gym socks, right? And then the ones that don't, and you look at the person and think you talking to a foreigner, and then they speak regular English like you, and then you be like, oh, that's why I don't smell like mucus and gym socks in here. So come on now, let's not play dumb. So that's why I'm like, you know what? These people need to cover their mouth. They need to keep some distance. Maybe if they try to mandate vaccines for y'all to take y'all kids back to school, maybe people will homeschool their kids. Maybe people have learned that don't need to be running the streets and they could have much better relationships and communication with the people around them if they would just go to work and come home and deal with their family instead of running behind their fraternities and sororities and hitting the club and got all these fake ass meetings and clubs and all this running around trying to show off and look rich on the Instagram and all of that type of stuff for people who don't care nothing about you. Maybe people have learned that these celebrities are so pathetic that they don't even have. Puff Daddy, you ain't got no just for men laying around nowhere in your house. You got a whole mansion. You got everything else. You ain't got no hair salon in there with no real hair dye. You got two daughters, three daughters. Shit, and them pretty ass sons of yours that metrosexual as them boys is. I know between all them damn kids, somebody can help you turn your beard back to the color, the original, line you up a little bit. Why you sitting around looking homeless? Hmm? Why y'all looking so bad? You ain't even been, you not in jail. You ain't under house arrest. This shit ain't even been, it's only been a month and a half, a month. Why y'all look like hostages? Already. Because you losing your mind going stir crazy. Because y'all have attention deficit, hyperactive attention deficit. It, emphasis on the hyperactive part. Y'all got hyperactive attention deficit disorder. And that's why you losing your goddamn mind in the house. Nobody told you couldn't go outside and jog and get you some fresh air. Unless you live in Michigan. And by the way, I am so proud of Michigan and Ohio. I'm telling you, that's where the real Americans are in the heartland and in the South. That is who is gone. That is who has helped you. You can live to fight another day. The only reason you are not under mandatory vaccination right now is because of the real patriots in the Midwest and in the South. They got on their horses yesterday with their American flag and their signs and their bull horns. Okay. Not running around in circles, breaking stuff and all that type of shit. Mm-mm. They make sure the message is clear. We want to go back to work now. And we don't go back to work now, it's finna be some smoking. We finna tear this motherfucker up. It's not gonna matter that you the mayor because you're not gonna have nothing to be the mayor of because I'm finna tear this up. That was the warning shot that the Patriots have been communicating and they tired of this bullshit. Okay. Now, black folks ain't finna bust a grape in a goddamn fruit fight. Everybody already know this. That's why they switched it off and turned it to, oh well, the black people got the coronavirus. Cause what do you know what they gonna? They know what black folks gonna do? Nothing. Now when y'all was out there having them gangster parties after lockdown, and it was trying to tell you to go in the house, what you should have did was made you a sign and said, we want to go back to work. We're out here peaceably protesting, and we just happen to have the radio on and some bars and some libations. But this is a protest. See? But you're not gonna do that because you want to be defiant for defiance sake, not for any other reason. You just want to be defiant just to be defiant. So, In the words of Bobby Hammond, niggas ain't finna do shit. Okay, so don't hold your breath. Niggas is not finna come together and do a damn thing. Okay? Not only are not y'all not finna do nothing, but black people is sellouts. Because as much as I have been saying, listen, okay, about this Trump thing, get this man in office, clean this economy up to where it's at least bearable. Because with Obama, it wasn't bearable. It wasn't for me. So at least this country is bearable. Okay? He ain't perfect. Nobody's perfect. And if that small head don't think I see his ass standing right there behind him, I see you, motherfuckers. I see you. But I know that when a Republican is in charge, y'all still gotta y'all gotta walk on eggshells because it's enough patriots that know what time it is that's onto your ass. Okay? Now, if you a Democrat, then y'all could just come out here and get on live with Bernie Sanders with Cardi B and play all them games because you know liberal. If you a liberal, you just is completely. Let me not say liberal. If you're a Democrat, then you is half-ass run shit on the Republican side. They gotta be sneaky and subtle about it, which, as far as I'm concerned, is better than nothing. So, what was I finna say? So, yeah, the people went out and let their government know, their governor know, we want to go back to work. Trump, when he said he was defunding the World Health Organization, I think that was his way of letting us all know that he's very well aware of who Fauci is and Bill Gates and how this whole thing is going down. You know, it's not really hurting their operation. They didn't all the damage is done anyway. So them being defunded don't really make that much of a difference. What's more important is that I feel like Trump was letting us know, you know, no, not today. And not today as far as forced vaccinations and all of that. So he's like, y'all can go back to work. It's up to your governor. Now, the it's up to your governor part, that's the fun part. That's the fun part. Unfortunately, it's not going to be fun for those of you who live in Democratic states and got have to answer to a bunch of Democrats. Um, I'm in a red state with a Republican. I mean, a red state with a Democrat governor who think he got some control, honey. He think, but I know the mob that runs Las Vegas is going to whip his ass into shape by May 1st. He gon' Siciliac gonna get whipped into shape or come up missing like a Wuhan whistleblower. That's just my prediction. That's my prediction. My prediction is that Las Vegas runs Nevada and not the governor of Nevada, and that he is in a pissing contest with this old Jewish woman who is the mayor of Las Vegas. Oh shit. And she cool as hell too. My husband don't care for her, but I like her. I think she's got spunk. She's got pizzazz. She ain't no bit of she ain't dumb. She don't miss shit. She ain't missing nothing. And we know what her interest is. And we know who she answer to. And Sicily, I think he got more balls, and we finna find out because it's gonna be a showdown on Wild Wild West. The Wild Wild West. Let's find out. California, y'all ain't got a hope, a dream, or a prayer. You ought to move how the fuck you can. That's all I got to say to you. They opening up states. You need to get out your map and figure out what state per state. I know you love it. You love the weather, the beach. Your friends and your family are there. I'm not gonna keep telling you. You are not going to be able to leave California if you want to in a minute. So keep lingering around, especially Southern California. I don't know what y'all got going on in Northern California. Southern California? Los Angeles? I don't know what to tell you. And the difference between Los Angeles and New York, let me tell you what's going to save New York. New Yorkers is not stupid. New Yorkers are not stupid. Californians are. So, although New York seems to be more aggressive, Californians is easier. Because Californians are stupid and lazy. Yeah, I said it. It's the fucking truth. Californians are stupid and lazy. And very easy to control. He out here talking about, well, in Wuhan, they have a card system that clears people to go out in public. So I think we should do that here. That's what the mayor of LA said. And ain't nobody whoop his ass. That's how I know. Stupid. 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 You fucking under house arrest anyway. I don't understand what it is you got to lose. Why you standing here letting these people, but see, y'all don't know who to trust and what to do and who what because you've been listening to this communist bullshit all this time, and now the Democrats been caught in bed, literally sleeping with the Chinese with the communists. And see, you have to remember the Jews don't have well other than Israel, so that's a new development. But ultimately, they don't really have like a nation like we do or China that they have this loyalty to and all of that kind of stuff where they come into or that they're trying to where they come into play is the money. They are always on the hunt for customers. And everybody else with their greedy ass can't make none of their diabolical plans come off without no seed money. So they all continue to run. Everybody is running. China, Chinese, the Russians, the Americans, the Africans. Everybody's running to the same source for money. It's like you got a parent that got 12 kids and the siblings is all fighting over whatever they fighting over. And then they all go, Mom, Dad, settle this for me. So that's why it don't make sense. Well, how the Jews doing this on this side and they doing this on this side? Now, you should, baby, that's why they get kicked out everywhere they go. Because they be doing too much. And I should probably stop saying Jews and start saying Zionists. But everybody don't know what a Zionist is. But it's like, not every Jew is a Zionist. And not every Zionist is Jewish. Huh, Mr. President? That's going to tear up your legacy. Keep on. It ain't going to matter all the good you did and all that type of stuff. Because when they get through finding out how much they really do control you, both the Democrats and Republicans are going to use that against you, Mr. President. And I guess it ain't nothing you can do about it now. Guess it ain't nothing you can do about it now. But like I said, who ain't getting a Zionist check? Now, I've seen one of these faux woke, and I'm going to check the comments in a second. I seen one of these faux woke little heifers on the internet talking about if you take that stimulus check, you a sellout. After everything that America has done to black people, and you gonna cash that stimulus check, you a sellout. Baby, and you a dummy if you think that the IRS got a damn thing to do with the United States government. What the fuck? Uh, Child, please. If you don't have to file your taxes, they did come up with they came up with a website for you to file, so you can still get your stimulus check if you guys weren't aware of that. All right, so let's see. They weren't testing it on bats. They derived it from bats, from a virus bats carry. Yeah, that was the other story. Hey, you telling the truth? I stopped trying to talk to the zombies. Hey, Catherine. Why do people that are vaccinated worry so much about people that aren't vaccinated? Because obviously they don't understand vaccinations. Otherwise, they wouldn't even be vaccinated in the first place. What you want? Juice? You want some juice? You want juice? Mama, you just gonna ignore me like hey, see? Like I ain't talking to you? It was a compelling story. That's how you start the movie, y'all. Remember, the Chinese just gave $1 billion to Hollywood. My husband was in here watching some show the other day in subtitles. I said, what in the hell is this? Oh, it's like Game of Thrones, but they Chinese. I just fell out laughing. Huh? Chinese Game of Thrones, huh? I don't even mind a good crouching tiger, hidden dragon, but I'm gonna need y'all to get your voiceovers lined up properly. And I'm gonna need my American subtitle, English subtitles, to match the damn voiceover. because the subtitles is telling me one thing, and then the actors are saying something totally ass different. In the show, I can't think of what the name of it was, but for example, uh, one dude was interrogating the other dude, right? Go pee. Go pee. You grouchy grouchy. Come on. Come on, mom. She do not need my help to go pee. She know that. Chinese people have been eating like that for years. I don't put it past China to do human trials the Wuhan lab up to safety code. I don't put it past them either. I don't put it past them either. What kills that theory for me is the infection rate. I don't believe you would have globally spread it past anywhere past Wuhan or none of that either. Unless you infected a whole bunch of people. Come on. And according to the whistleblowers, I mean, what did you tell us? It's a virus coming. It's a virus. It got out. Is that what you whistleblowing? You ain't now whistleblowing would be we didn't pick up all the homeless people, which they probably don't even have. I don't know what baby. What are you saying? Well, put your clothes on. We can go outside. Put your clothes on. Okay, put your clothes on. You can't go outside without clothes on, Mama. We've talked about this like a million times already. And why you wait till I start taking my braids down? Yeah. Here. Put your shirt on. Okay, well, sit in the house. Everybody on the planet is in the house. So you I feel sorry for you, man. Don't. Here go your juice. The whole planet in the house. The whole free world is in the house. Then put on some clothes. We go through this every day. Vaccines are a theory that were never proven to work. The inventor killed his own son. I believe it. The blonde look is nice. Thanks. I'm taking my braids out. I'm about to redo them. Never got the shot. Never got the. It ain't got the Wuhan either. Funny how. Baby, then put on clothes. You're not just gonna stand here and whine. Go outside. What time is it? I can't wait for your daddy to get off work. You sound like all of America. Talking about you want to go outside. Join the club. How can you isolate a virus? Makes no sense. No, you isolate a virus by showing me the virus. I need to see the virus moving and acting and behaving in the way that this particular virus is supposedly acting. You're supposed to be able to look at it in a microscope and see the virus attaching itself to cells and replicating in a microscope, which they can't do. Okay. So what is there for you for? You ain't even seen no virus. So their test is testing for antibodies, just like the HIV test. Any other time they tell you when you got antibodies, that's because your white blood cells have come and killed it. But now you got antibodies because you had. It's a game that they play on people that they know are not reading and not paying no attention. It's a word game. We should always be asking when they say it's a virus, we're supposed to say, let's see the isolated virus. They presented one image of what was so-called the virus isolated, and it was some actual like enzymes or some shit that's already present in everybody's body, just like HIV tests. There is no test for COVID because there ain't no COVID. Now we gon' abominable snowman this COVID shit. I know it's people with symptoms and people who have gotten sick and people who have died. I also know that the ventilators, 80% of people put on ventilators don't survive. So effectively, the hospital gave you a flu vaccine. You got sick. You came in complaining about respiratory. The hospital pays, I believe it's $16,000 per person that you diagnosed with COVID, and then another $33,000 or 35 somewhere in that part for every person who you put on a ventilator. Hospital puts a bunch of people on ventilators, 80% of them die. And they tell you it was a virus that killed them. It's not the virus, it's the ventilators. And that information came out last week, and that's why everybody want to hurry up and open up the damn doors to the kingdom. That's why they really trying to hurry up and open. So you find out that they had y'all begging for ventilators, and the ventilators and killed more people than the virus. Kim Jong Un said he had a Christmas present for Trump. Do you think that one or more of Kim's people could have been working in the Wuhan lab? Kim Jong Un ain't got nothing. Everything out of his mouth is complete posturing. And don't forget that the rhymes with news is always. That's why y'all gotta read 1984. Whoever they tell you the enemy is not your enemy. North Korea cannot bust a grape in a fruit fight. North Korea is not our enemy. Now, we want to get North Korea's in business with South Korea. I guess we can make it an issue. But North Korea is not a threat to the United States, and they never have been. They can't even keep the electricity on 24/7, let alone do shit. So they always talking to us about North Korea because it looks scary. And North Korea, we don't communicate with them. They can't communicate with us. We can't chit chat with North Koreans. We don't know what's really going on. So it's a easy ass boogeyman. But the reality of it is they are not your enemy. North Korea is nothing to do shit. Okay. And China don't want to kill you. China wants you to buy from them. China wants you to be a customer. Obviously, they don't have an aversion to a large population because if that was the case, they'd have did that shit to their population a long time ago. Why would they be sitting around here with a billion people trying to come on? If it was that easy. Stop whining or you ain't going outside or nowhere. No, you doing too much. Then you wait till I start taking my hair down. Okay, so the fact that I've seen fat Chinese food. Also, they do have McDonald's in China. It's only a matter of time. He mentioned ice cream left and right. Apparently, ice cream is a code for adrenochrome. Old news outlets have been coming out stating Bill Gates is being slandered by people. Slander. Yeah, we got more than word for that than slander. Yeah, I think Orlando Jones was splitting out a lot at one time. He's saying a lot of stuff. He was having an episode. Fauci has been working with the Gates Foundation for about a decade. It's like, why are you even here? That dirty rag smell. That's it, see. What did I do to deserve being in the apocalypse? AOC is about to be out after next local election cycle. She's so pathetic. They talking about Candace seat though. I'd rather AOC than that Zionist puppet. Rapper's gonna die after Hollywood is put out. Tiger King was lit. That bitch Carol Baskin, that's who let the damn virus out. Go put your shoes on. AOC is a horse waiting for someone to send to the glue factory. Go put your shoes on. Go shush. Wear shoes. These celebrities asking us for money now that cash flow is gonna slow down. No Black China and P. Diddy, I'm not giving you money for Instagram attention. Y'all ain't getting jack shit. I cut my own hair and I cut it mad short before I evacuated out of New York City. I figured that by the time I had to go back to my apartment, go back in my apartment will still be decent looking. Ohio is here. Michigan, yeah, y'all did the damn thing. Y'all the reason why the country getting open back up. What the rest of these damn girly men? You see these girly men sitting on their ass, editing. Get your ass off the internet and go fucking do something. Baby, ain't you still working? Okay, lock the door. I ain't paying Mariah no attention. Huh? You wake up on 10, mommy. You wake up on 10. You wake up on 10, baby girl. Then you wait for mommy to start messing with her hair. So now it's taking longer because now I gotta put my hair up. I can't go outside like this. I gotta put my scarf on or something. Or a hat. And I need two hands, okay? They're not playing out here. The mainstream media thinks everyone shares their viewpoints. Well, they're more so trying to program people. CVM said I was expecting more from Texas. Well, you know what? Texas hasn't shut down enough either. Michigan was like, y'all can't go fishing. You know what I'm saying? Texas ain't closed all outside like that. I said they better figure this shit out before Memorial Day weekend. You know they are. Every Texan I talk to says that life hasn't changed a bit. Exactly. The Texans have not felt it the way that Michigan has felt it. Like in Texas, church is an essential business. My mom knows a girl that spent her $1,200 on a Louis Vuitton purse, and she should. It's her $1,200. Now, if she get hungry, she gonna have to take it to the pawn shop, and she ain't gonna get $1,200 for it, and that'll be on her. But this week, baby, you is balling. Especially if all she got was Twitch, probably ain't got no kids or nothing. Shit, whatever. But bring me back to my point though. When I was laughing, I'm like, and then here black people was talking about trillions of dollars of reparations, and y'all just sold out, and you was willing to hand over whatever to the government for 12 funky ass $100. So y'all just set up and had a whole debate, whites against blacks, and all this bemoaning over here about some reparations, like we was finna give 40 acres and a mule, when really all y'all had to do was write these Negroes a check for $1,200. And black people only make up 25, well, we're really like 12% of the population, like 20% if we add all the black people from around the world that ain't Americans, right? So that figure, who knows? That's what I heard. I don't know for sure, but I'm just saying, black people are not a majority of this country. So had you done that, 2 years ago when I told you, we wouldn't be here. We wouldn't be here. You wouldn't have Cardi B, Snoop Dogg, all these people out here talking all this, Trump is a racist and keeping black people emotionally invested in that shit had you cut niggas a check 2 years ago. Okay, so now you $3 trillion in debt instead of a couple hundred billion or whatever, because you don't listen. Okay, because you don't listen. That's why you at home. And let me tell you why black people got the most cases of the coronavirus according to the media. Because black people have been under martial law. Black people have not been able to afford to take the vacations that they want to take and buy the shit that they want to buy anyway. So that girl you talking about who spent that money on that purse, that's because her rent froze because they can't evict her, so she'll worry about that shit when she get to it. She ain't got to pay no bills, ain't nothing open, ain't nowhere to go anyway. So she ain't got nothing else to do with her money. They put a bill up, they trying to get a bill passed talking about $2,000 per person for 6 months up to a year until they get most people back to work again. Why would people who never made $2,000 a month anyway go to work if you gonna get them $2,000 per person, mind you, per adult? So married couples, $4,000. If you know how many of these households ain't got $4,000 a month income, so why would they go get a job? What kind of stimulus? Only thing you gonna stimulate is bonds. So it's like whatever, whatever. Like I don't know what in the communism is going on around here. I take all the stimulus money. I don't know whatever checks y'all gonna cash. If y'all gonna write me, I'm gonna cash them. Okay, but I'm just saying. Um, I don't know why the general public is expected to be more responsible than the people on Capitol Hill. Since when are rundown gutter snipe strippers speaking with politicians? Well, creep. The politicians be all up in a script club where the scripters be at anyway. Okay, they be in there, so I'm sure they've been talking. But Bernie Sanders is just here for our entertainment. I don't know what part of a Jew will never be president of the United States of America do people not understand. This is not me talking out my ass. This is offending facts. Y'all continue to think I'm just talking because I am talking and I'm telling you the fact. That is a fact. That's not my opinion. It's a fact. A Jew would never be president of this country. There will be no fucking country first. And every time I turn around, somebody talking about the Holocaust and they want to talk about how Hitler didn't like niggers and Jews and they just love to throw niggers in there just to make us feel like it's got anything to do with us. Nobody is worried about black people taking over the world. Okay, you can't even get your household or your block or your city together. Nobody is worried about black people taking over the planet. Okay, not even Hitler. Nobody. Okay. So black folks' life didn't change. Oh, we ain't gotta go to work. We ain't gotta go to school. Oh, what's party time then? Oh, black people got more to coronavirus than everybody, so y'all need to go in the house. Yeah, because you don't want nobody to notice that they out there partying and living life as usual and they're not getting sick. You don't want nobody to notice that, so you want everybody to run in the house. We need to be filing class action lawsuits, Angela Rice, and she's such a fucking lawyer, bitch, but you ain't never in no courtroom. Don't get me started, because her and a few of these little boppers running around here, I'm a lawyer. Like these hoes is Johnny Cochran. Where's the class action lawsuits, though, against this media that continues to make black people the biggest criminals and the most sick and everything else they can? Where the lawsuits at coming against them? There are none. You hoes do nothing but sit up with rappers and talk about politics. You don't even talk with other educated scholars about politics. You only talk to whatever. Liberal supporters about to get their whole world flipped upside down. Mark my words. The queen blew all the way down the Pope. Yep. But it's gonna be most. That's what I'm saying. The governor finna find himself out there in the middle of the desert with everybody else who tried to stop their money. So that's on Siciliac's ass. Okay. Is that Italian, Siciliac? Oh, I'm gonna fall in the ocean. I'm in LA. You better get out of there, Russia. Get out of Los Angeles. Because the mayor of Los Angeles he is hell bent on having a pandemic. If he got to cost on all y'all his damn self. Money has no political side. Diane Feinstein, a Chinese spy, had a Chinese spy as a driver. Question is whether or not she was in on it. I don't know, because I seen a movie the other day where the girl, her driver, set her up to get beat up, so she might not know. Baby, you so heavy. Get down. Go get your shoes. Come on. No. So you just want me to hold you, or you want to go outside? Where are your shoes at? You took them off. They over there. Go get them. Go get them. Hey, champion. All right, y'all. I gotta get off here. I only got $20, but I was making six figures, and I was put on telework every day, so it's not like I need the money. So I'll take it. They did not write you a check for $20. Where's your other shoe? What a brat. He was telling me not to go to Israel, and when he went, the supervisors were encouraging them to shack up to increase the Jewish population in Israel. What's up, man? She going to start crazy. I feel her pain. This baby been outside more than any of y'all trust. She was outside twice today. I think it's messed up for all these decades telling us school was important and they just canceling it, not caring. My son's teachers aren't doing ish. They need to just advance them kids to the next grade and say, school's out for summer. And then all the kids go, yay, and flip over on the couch. Since you going to school for socialization, according to them, remember? They said we had to send them there to socialize. The ventilators are definitely killing people. Mm-hmm. North Korea is hungry. They're starving. Kim Jong too busy eating the finest Chinese and salami to be planning any invasion. That's what I'm saying. Kim Jong-un is not finna do jack, especially to the United States. And like, then what? Get obliterated and not have no country no more? Like, give me a break. That's dumb. They don't want you paying attention to your real enemy, and that's Israel. And we gotta keep saying it because it's gonna be illegal to say it in a minute. It really damn near is. I just check more check marks on the. I'm just further along in the oppression Olympics than they are, so I get to complain more than y'all. But at the end of the day, it's just the right. They all thirsty. All them celebrities thirsty. showing intelligence. Yeah, they thirsty. Possible connection between those who take flu shots are more susceptible to the virus. Notice the elderly are the worst hit. 100% vaccination rate in nursing homes. And remember, like 26 of them people all passed out at one time or died at one time in one nursing home, supposedly. What would explain that? Vaccinations would explain that. I ain't a ponytail holder. They some dumbass lawyers. Black people are in a situation and are bougie and have no fight in them. As we were socially engineered, and then on top of that, it's like, and whose side are we anyway? Because we don't be, even if we don't know nothing else, we know somebody lying and something ain't right. You know what I'm saying? What was irritating me with the Trump election was less of the fact it don't bother me that people don't like him or don't support Trump. What was bothering is that you liking and supporting Hillary Clinton. I'm like, how in the fuck you see what's wrong with him, but you don't see what's wrong with this hoe? This hoe had scandals as the first lady. This is the most scandalous hoe ever. So how you see what's wrong with Trump and don't see what's wrong with Hillary? Damn. Let me tell you the last thing I want to do is go outside right now. First of all, man, I need a ponytail holder. Please go on live more often and get more folks to watch you. I hate going live on YouTube. I hate going live on YouTube. It's just where my people are. So it is what it is, what it is. But I'm usually on Instagram. So Instagram, they play too many games through the years, creep. Too many games. All right, let me get off of here before I'm brutally beaten by this baby, okay? My face is right here. I was taking my hair out, so I didn't want to be on camera. Look at it this way. If you had a sick child dying of cancer, wouldn't you throw the biggest birthday party for them? Bye, y'all. Bye. I gotta go. Bye.